Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Uh, I have 8 subscribers, which is pretty cool for my first video. I know a lot of it is family and friends, so I appreciate. So I, s- I stressed my rear end off last week when I had to post my first video. Obviously, there's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and yeah, just getting me to actually do the post was quite terrifying, but we got it done. I tried not to look at the post very often to see whether or not people liked it or not. But yeah, we'll live and learn, and hopefully it will get better as time goes on. So last night I was like going through my brain and going, "There's so much I want to share," and we can go to back to the beginning when I was a kid, or I can tell you about why I started the journey and why I am now on YouTube chatting to you. So I think the biggest thing that it was my entire adulthood. Um, Up until about 2011, I was directionless. I did what I had to get cash, to fund my rent and my car, and obviously a bit of alcohol. Um, all I was living was day to day, trying to get through. No direction at all. I was doing things from sales to events to you name it, I did it. And I've had great experiences, and a lot of stuff that I've done has taught me a lot of what I need to know now. So, it's never a bad thing. Um, but I just never found my purpose. And in 2011, I went for an interview at a company. I'll call them the MSP Dream Team. So their real name. But yeah, so I joined the company, and I think I was hired because of my embarrassing story. Maybe, if people ask, maybe I'll tell you what it is. Maybe not. And I walked into the company on 1st of September, and it was almost like I felt at home, but not quite yet. First day, you always just read in case. So, had a great team, um, and I was then introduced to this Dreams program. Now, most people go, Dreams, IT company, I don't understand. But it basically was that the company wanted you to focus on you and what you want to achieve in your life. And like I said, at that stage, I was definitely not. I didn't know what my passion was. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know anything. So, you become part of the program, and I was very. I had a fantastic dream coach. So this is where you get put into groups so that you can support one another to achieve your dreams. I had a phenomenal coach, our CFO back then. Um, and you grow as a little group, and you support one another, and every month you meet, and then you discuss your wins and all the rest of that. And it was always the same. I've done this, I've exercised, but there was nothing really for me, not anyone else. Like, what I was bringing to the table wasn't as motivational as what everyone else was. And it took me, I left the company, I came back. I was in ad hoc sales, came back into marketing, got more involved in the Dreams program from admin side, and that became a bit exciting. And then I came back as a lead on the project, and when I did, I became a coach, and you've got all this responsibility, and you're looking after and trying to motivate other people. And it got to a point where I was like, I'm supposed to be living this, but I don't feel like I am living it. And I was supporting my team, a brilliant team. Um, and eventually I turned around and said, if people are going to believe me, um, or want to do and achieve their dreams, I need to start putting some focus into my life and see what I want to achieve and actually make it tangible and you know push myself to achieve it. And it's not that I didn't believe in the program. I was more focused on helping everyone else and not helping myself. And slowly I started working on certain things and achieving. And then it felt good to motivate the guys or, support them because they were supporting me and I was actually starting to allow them to support me. And I think that's the biggest thing. When you are in a space of depression and anxiety and just in your brain, you don't allow people externally to support you. And I've struggled with this, throughout my marriage and everything with my friends. I've always wanted to be the protector and the supporter. And if I did need help and someone wasn't there immediately, I'd write it off and go, okay, well, I'm never asking for help again, which isn't the right way, but that's just how my brain was programmed. Well, still is sort of programmed. But anyway, so I've been struggling quite a lot mentally. I mean, I had my first breakdown in 2014, a bad one. I was almost medically boarded. Um, and I've had quite a few breakdowns since then, tried to commit suicide a couple of times. My husband, who I don't know how blessed what I did, but I am very blessed to have a man who stood by me. Um, and beginning of this year, so 2024, I broke badly. And it's not to say that it was, just like I hadn't seen it coming out. I was taking a lot of stress. I wanted to be a mommy to everyone. I wanted to help everyone solve their problems. And I had just burnt myself out because I hadn't been looking after me properly. And I hit a massive breakdown. It was a psychotic breakdown beginning of the show. And I was, you start thinking, and then, I lost my mom. My half sister lost her mom. It was just like one thing on top of another. And I was just like, okay, I think it's time that I start looking after me. And I turned 40 this year. Um, and I decided that 40 is going to be the year of me. And then I was looking at what can I do? I can do my passion projects, photography, doing this, writing, my blog, helping the animal shelter here where I am, or start getting involved in it because it was something I'm very passionate about. And yeah, so April, I took the big jump and yeah, I've started a bit of a business on my side. But what I'm really coming down to is obviously I'm going to be rambling on about my experience in these videos, but it was that once I started realizing that I needed to not only live for other people, but I had to live for me and focus on what my passions were and not always just focusing on everyone else. And the thing is, there's an old adage that says you cannot pour from an empty cup. Or if you're in an airplane and something happens, you first have to put the mask on yourself before you can help anyone else. And I think that rings so true in everything you do. If you're not looking after yourself, you can't love, you can't do anything for anyone else because you are empty. So I'm going to end off. We're almost on 9 minutes, and I don't want to ramble on for extremely long periods of time. But the journey that I'm going to be chatting to you about, my past, a lot of the time I wasn't looking after myself. I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't feel like I deserved um, to be important enough to myself. And 40 years later, I'm finally in a position where I realize if I don't look after myself, I won't be able to love people the way I need to love them. And, if you're struggling with that, carry on joining me, chat on the group, on the YouTube chat. Once you start focusing on you, you'll start loving all your intricacies, those funny little parts of you. And when you love that, you'll be able to love anything and everything else. and maybe you'll start finding some joy in your life. And I think that's the most important. I'm not 100%, woo, happy, but what I am realizing, and after I put my first video up last week, was I can achieve it and I can start my journey. So, they say 40, your life starts. I'm forcing it. So, join me, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll be here every Monday, or well, once a week. And I hope that I can help you in any which way. Yeah. Um, yeah. Have a great day. Happy week. Bye.